Ah, yes. It's that time again. It's that time where decide to look at the highest win rates and the lowest win rates of every brawler in the game because why not? So today Shade was just released in early access, so we are going to have also Shade in this list. Not surprised, right? However, I would like to begin with the fifth highest win rate in Brawl Stars, and that is Draco. So, in my opinion, Draco is the least legendary between every single legendary. Crow is more legendary than a Draco that is also a legendary, but it's less legendary than a legendary that is the first legendary that was the legendary. Makes sense, right? Whatever, Draco literally has the same mechanic as Amber and, Bonnie, Mo, these brawlers that can transform. It's literally those brawlers that were almost going to be power creeped by Draco, but Amber said, no, I'm still staying here. So Draco is still in pro play, it's a C tier brawler, B C tier brawler in my opinion, and Amber is an A tier brawler. Well, Draco somehow has the fifth most highest win rate in the game right now. Let's go with the fifth lowest win rate in the game, and that is Piper. I love Piper. I love using Piper. It's one of my favorite brawlers. It's most likely because I'm a sniper main. However, she has one of the lowest win rates in the entire game, with 55.7 win rate in the entire game. By the way, I forgot to say it, but Draco has 66.6% of win rate. Coming at number 4 with the highest win rate in the game is Ash. Well, Ash is surprising because he's not even that used, with a 0.26% of use rate, but with a 66.7% of win rate. Ash right now is one of the most basic brawlers in the game, in my opinion. His rage is a unique mechanic, yes, but it's not even that good as a mechanic. You seriously need to have for the entire game that rage bar on top for having a value with Ash, and that is pretty much impossible because the rage always goes down. I'm pretty sure it has a really high win rate, not only because of his buff, so people actually decided to use him, but it's also because people usually use him only at low trophies. Fourth lowest win rate in the game is Edgar with 55.3% of win rate. So I don't like Edgar. I don't like playing him. I like facing him because usually Edgar mains go to push without thinking of whoever you are. It was pretty obvious that he actually had a really low win rate, right? I hope they never buff him, because if they decide to buff him, we would have an Edgar apocalypse like the first day it was released. And he's also pretty toxic as a brawler, so I actually don't want him to get buffed for any reason. Carried by his hypercharge, and I hope he will still get carried by his hypercharge. At third place, we've got Eve with a 67.0% of win rate and a 0.26% of use rate. This is pretty strange because Eve is usually not that much used. I'm pretty sure people are using her only for the ranked, because that is where Eve is actually good. Eve in ranked usually is used when in a water map, Ju Guu, Angelo, and right now Shade. Actually, Shade is not out yet in the ranked, but the next month when he will get added, also him are banned. And the enemy is, I don't know, Piper, for example, Brock. In this case, you would actually really need those hatchlings, so you would actually really need Eve. Anyways, she somehow has all these win rates with a really high win rate, in my opinion. At third place, yes, my boy, one of the brawlers that I actually hate more using, and that is Colt, with a 54.0% of win rate. Not surprised, not gonna lie, Colt is a very skill-based brawler. He has 3.95% of use rate, and this actually makes you understand how weak of a brawler he actually is. His problem is his projectile speed, in my opinion. Like, also because of the fact that the projectiles have a really small hitbox, so it's actually really easy to bait it. It's also in ranked, like his only use in ranked is in heist, and I'm pretty sure no one can actually debate it. Second place is Ju Guu, the 69.5% of win rate. Our last added brawler, without shade of course, with a 2.21% of use rate. So it's the highest use rate between the win rated brawlers because everybody uses it. You can pretty much go blinded with Ju Guu in ranked. I did it multiple times. I've lost, but I did it. She's also very fun to play. I really like her voice lines, not gonna lie. Totally deserved to be here in my opinion. At numbers 2, with the lowest win rate brawler in the entire game, we've got Mandela. So, with a 53.8% of win rate and 3.58% of use rate, we always saw that Dynamike user that uses Dynamike as a first pick in ranked. 3.58% of use rate in an 85 brawler number is actually really high. Usually use rates goes under 1%, and here we are talking about a 3.58% of use rate. All of these least used brawlers are of course has really high use rate because usually kids watching Todix uses them, and I'm not kidding. Tomar 753, whoa, all 5 of them are going to be Tomar 753 brawlers. Whatever. I once had a Dynamike user that used Dyna Jump in Bell's Rock. Okay, it's not a bad map for Dynamike, right? Whatever, the enemy was Bo. Okay, it's okay. Edgar, there's something that is wrong. And Kit. So why would you even use Dynamike? I seriously went the first pick as an RT. And I actually did a good move because I hard carried the entire team. I did like 6 kills, maybe even more, and 1 death. While Dynamike had 1 or 2 kills and he died every single round. So yeah, this is the reason why Dynamike actually has a really high lose rate. Because Dyna Jumpers go to use them with no brain. Now, number 1, highest win rate brawler in the entire game right now is Shade. Surprise! I was not. With a 78.5% of win rate and a 0.04% of use rate, because I mean, how much does it cost? $20? I'm not going to spend $20 on an epic brawler that is going to be released 1 week later. However, a ton of pro players, a ton of YouTubers has already bought him, so this is the reason why he is actually that low. Use it because usually people that gain money from the game decides to play it. I still don't gain money from YouTube, so I'm not going to buy it. Anyways, the lowest win rate brawler in the entire game is, no surprisingly, Mortis, with a 52.8% of win rate and a surprisingly 4.87% of use rate. This might be one of the highest use rates in the entire game, if it's not the highest use rate in the game right now, because who doesn't like Mortis? Me. I don't like Mortis, okay? I don't like facing him, honestly, because he sometimes ruins all my plans while I'm trying to do something. Sometimes I decide to play Dynamike because maybe it's a bad day, and I also like artillery brawlers. I really like artillery control and snipers, usually. And the enemy maybe is a Mortis. And I'm like, perfect. At least I'm using demolition, I'm not a Dyna Jumper. However, use code Jimbo in the shop because he's a good guy. And subscribe to me, to Quirk. I mean, this is the best channel ever existed, right? Right?